Like TeddyGrey on stuff, whooshy gives a proper reaction.
And now for something completely different.
Okay gang, nice surprise for a lot of you, but this is down to Maria, who suggested this on the Patreon. So this one's for you, girl. Lay lit. The foreign language that I read behind lay doesn't look like Korean. I could of course be wrong because I genuinely have no idea, but it just doesn't look like any word or anything that I've seen before, any sort of too many slashes, I don't know, so any information would be great. I've never heard of lay or lit. I don't even know which one's the song and which one's the lay's probably the person because it's from the, do you know what, let's just, and I'm really hoping for subtitles. Sounds Chinese. So they got rid of him then, basically. Ooh. Oh, this was already weird enough because there's like two different things happening. It's like the stage performance and then real life. Real life when he's getting when he's being shivved by a million different people around him, and then the stage performance where they're in that red backlighting, but it's just like almost their silhouette. It's just their darkness creating like a shadow of figure. But that's really striking, the red and the black. I really like that. But then also this like crazy. There's a lot happening. There's a lot happening. Is this Chinese? Let a brother know.
You know what I'm saying? What do you want from me?
Whoa!
They got the eyes of
This is juju. This is bad juju. I didn't even know that I was moving until I felt that I was moving. Does that make any sense at all? I didn't realise that I was just going along with it, that doom, tsh, doom, tsh. It strikes me of like giant footsteps. You know how it's like poof, poof, because obviously their legs are a lot bigger, so it's like giant footsteps. That's like the pace that we're moving at. It's something giant that's either coming towards us or we're running with it. Da 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 da. Ugh. That's a little bit mad.
Look at me go, you make it easy, look at me go, you know what I'm saying? What do you want from me? They got the eyes on me. Jelly the shy level. 准备好拥有我 title.
Is there any need for this? Is there any need for the boo? And is there any need to be going battle? He's doing he's doing the old fuckboy. I don't know what that is. No idea what that is. He's a very handsome chap, isn't he? Christ. I feel like I need the whole thing again though. This is very like cinematic as well. It looks like if anybody's seen my reaction to Philippe, what was it called? Boulan? Was it Boulan? I think it was Boulan, the moon god. But it was very, very similar to this. Very, very similar. Oh.
Look at me go, you make it as look at me go, you know what I'm saying. 想得到我，想得到我 What do you want from me? They got the eyes on me. 这里的下一个 level， 准备好拥有我 title， 肮脏的视而不见，属于你不染的脸，路我还在走，从不曾回头，就去到下一个 level。Now we go. No one beat me down. Play another round. 就当我不到，我的到。I am the legend.
Whoa!
I am legend.
Oh my god, has anybody seen that film Prometheus? Where with the big thing comes over and it goes but it's like a dramatic sound effect, like that's FX. They're not trying to make out like that's the sound of the spaceship. That's like representative noise of like doom. Like overpowering doom. Like you've got no hope. Just in terms of cinematics, this is incredible. Like part of me feels like it's very simple, like what it is in the layout of it. If you were just to walk into like this with the flower open, and if you were just to see it like in a warehouse, you'd probably think that it wasn't that spectacular. It's all in the lighting. Like even in that, there's like light coming out of it, which means that they've had to turn down the lights on everything else to make sure that shines through. It's in the lighting, it's in the directing, it's in where the camera's going, because sometimes it's centered on him, like when he's with a group, but then other times it's not, and it's moving around. Okay. See what I mean? It looks very like stage performance, but you know, with the smoke and then there's nothing but darkness behind them, which makes me think that this is like either done on a stage or in a warehouse, just with blacked out blinds behind them. But however they've done it, they've made it seem very grandiose. They've made it seem bigger than it is, and it seems like they've done that with very little. And I really like that. It's very industrious, you know. It means that the people that have been involved in this have used their head a lot. Like this was a passion project for whoever's involved. This was a passion project. Nice. With the fur on looking like Jon Snow. But he knows everything.
No one beat me down. Play another round. 就当我不到。
Would have been good if the camera went with it.
我的到。I am the legend.
Oh.
I am legend. 太多人分不清对错，信仰确实才会困惑。谎话太多都被骗过，传言都当作真相来传播。一路线走到了现在，陈词滥调你的年迈，不要再来异想天开，听从来都不会倦怠。I am the king。在音乐王国，请问我的 ring， 这就属于我，带上我的 crowd。I got the power, you know it. I got the power, you know it. I got it. 太多人想把我ban掉，太多人在指手画脚，太多人都在那拍。
He's literally just talked about brilliant, great England. He's spoken about power, And then immediately after that, people try and trip me up, like power trip. That's so subtle. And in this, because the beat and the visuals are so grandiose, or appearing to be, you'd think that would take away from the lyricism of it. But there's still little gems in there. I've got the power. They're trying to trip me up, like power trip. Never fall. Yeah. Like they think it's something different. They think, like, because I know that there's a lot of, especially in like the 21st century, because of everything that has happened previously in centuries past, people look at notions of power or wanting power as an inherently bad thing, or that can only come with bad implications, or I don't know. It feels like he's saying, I'm meant for this. And even though that's the case and I do want power, I want it for the best of reasons. You can't trip me up. You can't stop me from my path. Oh, that's that dynasty shit. Let's go.
I got the power, you know it. I got the power, you know it. I got it. 太多人想把我绊倒，太多人在指手画脚，太多人都在那排队等，就是出于你，不然你看好。You wanna fight and we having a fight. Time we decide, but you know I survive. Music, my arena, feeling the vibe. Taking China to the world. You should know. I am the land.
Whoa. Nah. Get out of my face, Lei. You better back the fuck up. I don't give a shit if you're Chinese. Oh, fucking karate kick the shit. You were, yeah, oh, God. That dragon coming up as well, symbolizing, like, and he just said, like, I'm doing this for China. So obviously, as we now know, it's Chinese. It did sound like that at the start with like the sure. That to me sounds very Chinese. I don't care if that's racist. But yeah, and then the dragon coming up, which I know in Chinese culture symbolizes power and strength. It's like the dragon, the tiger, the ox as well. The ox. Damn, this is sick. This really is like that Boulan. I think it's called Boulan, but it's Philippe who sings it. Incredible song. Incredible. The moon god. And that's of Filipino culture. The fact that it's very, very similar, but this is Chinese culture, is so incredible. It's like same, but different. Like, we might all be different and come from different roots and have different upbringings and do things differently in our societies and have different colloquialisms and whatever the case may be. There's so many similarities. The differences mean nothing. Absolutely nothing. Let's go.
Music, my arena, feeling the vibe. Taking China to the world. You should know. I am the land.
I love dragons.
I am the land.
What? How have they done that? This part will definitely be After Effects, 100%. Part of me was thinking they could like put like a just two lasers going that way, and then when he dances in between them, he's gonna have the pattern on him. But it seems like it's wrapping itself around him, almost like this is like his aura. This is so sick. This is so fucking cool. What? Please don't tell me the next 2 minutes of this is just going to be... Oh, Really? All these people? Really? Everyone needed a name check? Oh my god. I need a break. Lit. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. There's so much I enjoyed about that. So much that I enjoyed about that. If I hadn't have heard tracks like that before as like my start into that culture, like Van Dar has a track called Time to Rise, which is very much similar. It's him sort of paying homage to those of old, but saying this is a new way of doing it, like I'm doing this my way. That's kind of what Lay was saying, like paying respect to those of old, but also saying like this music thing, this is my arena, and I'm showing China to the world. This is how I'm choosing to do it, and I'm still respecting our culture. You know, I've got all of these ancient warriors outside. I'm showing the ancient remains of our ancestors in the location that we are. You know, the big old dragon, which I immediately associate with Chinese culture anyway, as soon as I see a dragon, even though Dragon Ball Japanese, but I immediately associate dragons with China. But I've always liked that personally. I've always thought that Chinese people were cool just off the fact that I really love dragons. Obviously when I was a kid, it's a bit deeper than that now, but when I was a kid, you know when you walk past like a Chinese restaurant, always a dragon or a cat, there's always some form of animal in the window, so I always loved walking past that shop when I was a kid. Anyway, this track was incredible. Like I say, paid homage while still keeping to the beat. I know what was done to the beat. I just want to know if it was, I just want to know if the 808s that they used were intentionally made to sound like dubstep. That's all I want to know. I just want to know if that was intentional, or if they were just trying to do something weird with that chorus, because the chorus kind of split up into 4 parts because of the instrumentation. So I'd be interested to know. But even if it was the latter and it was just to like do something different, that's still incredible because it was different, and because it split up and there were pauses and then the next part of it came fire. Maria actually did, when she suggested this on Patreon, she did actually say this song itches my brain. I completely get it, because there's bits of it where it like slows down, but then bits straight after where it kind of like speeds up in the beat, but not his vocals, and then sometimes his vocals speed up when the beat slows down. Yeah, it's been your boy geddytrey on beans and gravy sticks on limes.
This goes hard.